It's day one of a 3-day gold adventure. My mate Rob Parsons and I are out on an exploration mission once again to keep that fire burning on adventure and the search for alluvial gold. This time hiking into an extremely remote section of a river which has a history of large gold nuggets being found by the old-timers that went before us. To reach the area, we'll have to navigate some wild country. Steep terrain, gorges and deep rocky pools of tannin-stained water are just part of the journey in. There's no turning back, but if we make it, this could become the richest section of river we've ever found. Yeah, air's so much cooler. Down in the depths of hell, some might say, but it's actually heavenly. Absolutely beautiful.
Just blown away by all the bedrock.
Yep. We've got a backup plan, so as we've walked down this creek, we've seen a heap of awesome bedrock. We're going to stick to the plan of going down to the river, but this will be a backup for possibly day 3. It's unusually warm for Tassie today. But at least we're going to have good weather, we won't get flooded out. These areas are so gorgy that even if you get 15-20 mils of rain, it can turn into a raging torrent and goodbye to your campsite and yourself. We've got here bit of a track here. Awesome geology here. This bedrock's what we look for. When you find the deeper parts of them in the crevices, it's usually decomposed when it's this geology, and gold loves decomposed bedrock, and it'll get caught down in those little cracks and crevices on a little clay layer that usually forms at the base of them.
We're going to have to hit that on the way out.
Yep.
I'm going to say there's at least 2 grams in there.
Rob's put a little title on that one. That's his claim. We've just pulled up because we've noticed this area is quite flat. It might give us an opportunity for the tents.
And the good news is, if we get back here at the end of the day and we want to check that crevice, it's just there.
You can do a bit of late night sniping.
Yeah, we'd have a little night snipe if we want.
You have over there's plenty of ground here for me. We'd only just begun our journey in, and little did we know just how much of a challenging hike we had ahead. So we've chosen this area specifically for its geology. The old timers obviously have been here as well. They did really well back in the day, multi-ounce nuggets. And the beauty of what we do sniping is that they didn't have that luxury of a mask and snorkel, so fairly virgin ground for us sniping. And hopefully we can get onto some good gold ourselves. Potential for the big stuff. Yeah, you mountain goat. Oh, log crossing. I might use that one right there. such a mission just getting into these locations. Half the trip. So bear with us till we get to the gold. Mate, your salad roll's looking real soggy. We always check any ground that looks decent for camping as we head down. You don't get many opportunities in these places. This would be excellent going if we were to hit the gold somewhere heavily. Just got to watch out for Joe Blake.
As we ventured further and further abroad, we could not help but be in awe at just how incredibly beautiful this place was. It really felt like an untouched paradise, and it's hard to imagine that those miners of old had even ventured this far out. It's just got this incredible feeling of being in a place that feels like no one's ever been before.
Nice corner. Loaded with bedrock too. Shame it's not over there.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Oh no, you definitely scratch it just for a look. All that stuff up there.
Yeah.
Bulk of it will be hiding all under this gravel, unfortunately. Inside bend of the river.
Something like that, yeah.
See how it's all coarse rock that's fallen away from the outer bend?
Yeah.
Usually a good sign that you're not going to find gold there, but if you do find a bit of alluvials in it, can be good. They say the big nuggets hide on the outside bends sometimes. Just going to drop this on the map. We've got some what we'd call pretty perfect textbook gold crevices, and we'll definitely want to be here at some point on this trip, so we'll be back. I'll just mark it off, and we'll be back hopefully tomorrow or later this afternoon if we don't hit it hard downstream. Dangerously close to where we need to be, mate.
Are we?
Yep.
It was a massive relief to finally have made it to where we wanted to be.
That was an ordeal, mate.
Yeah. What time are we looking at?
2:20. 2:30, so we've
got like maximum 4 hours to work.
Yeah.
We would have only done 6 Ks, mate. We've done
No, it was about, I think it was about 8 Ks. It's like the worst. Probably one of the
gorges.
The worst for
slippery rocks.
Getting through it, eh? We're legit knackered. Doesn't leave much for working the gravels, but we'll have a little bit to eat, cool down, and we'll jump in. How's that feel?
Beautiful. Baptized.
We'd finally reached the section of river that the old miners back in the day worked for the gold. It was now time to see if there was anything left behind. My first observations were that there was plenty of ground to work. Crevices rippled all through this bedrock with tight-packed rocks and material to be removed. But after a few minutes of scratching away, things seemed a little slow, and I began to wonder whether we'd travelled all this way for nothing. But then moments later, a quick call out from Rob.
Got a bit? Wicked. Little flakies are good. Yeah. I'm on it too, mate. Just a little bit. Couple of good flakes here.
But it was short-lived, and we now had to reassess our next move.
Yeah.
There was an odd bit of gold in it, but it was so thin and wiry.
It's either thick or real flat and wiry.
Yeah.
Which is unusual because normally it's all very consistent.
The problem is it's not plentiful. Like you might work a nice pocket and there'll be the one little bit in it.
After advancing a bit further upstream, things were getting a little thicker.
Got a little picker here.
o'clock. Been going a couple of hours, and yeah, we've got gold, but it's been a little bit slow. Nothing nuggety yet. A couple of tiny sort of little pickers that have got a bit of thickness, but yeah, pretty disappointed at this stage. Oh, it's frustrating. Like, there's bits here and there. I had a couple of little thicker bits where you said before.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of work to try and get to it, and then it just pitted off. Like, nothing real consistent. We tried quite a few different pools and potential dropout zones along the river. Each spot had gold, but for the time and the work invested moving the gravel and material to get to it, it just wasn't frequent enough. We were on a mission to find good amounts, and if possible, those chunky gold nuggets that every prospector dreams of. Don't know where Rob's gone. Probably spat it with me. The ground's not as rich as we were hoping for, unfortunately. It's been a heck of a lot of work getting down here. Our day had slipped away on us, and we made our way back to camp. We decided to try one more location that looked promising, and we're glad we did because our luck began to change. It wasn't big gold by any means, but it was consistent and more frequent. If we could just get a little bit of time in before dark, we might be able to score ourselves a few grams before we have to make that huge trek back to camp. It was the same story for Rob, working away on some awesome gold. The crevices and the bedrock in this location were like alien formations from a different planet, and the geology in this river like nothing I'd seen before. Right, that is a day for us. Well, actually it's not. Got a long way to go upstream yet to get back to camp, but feels good to finally be on the gold. It was a very slow start. We've just hit the gold pretty heavy in this little honey hole here. A lot of ground to work, so we'll have somewhere to come back to tomorrow. Can start here and hopefully it continues. Yeah, we're halfway. Maybe a little more even.
dog's breakfast over here, mate.
Yeah, what are you doing in the drink? Silly sausage. Told ya. This looked alright. Righto. I might be in for a swim too. Alright, we're just taking the shortcut we should have taken this morning up over this hill and camp on the other side, hopefully. Mate, I'm cooked. I can't even think straight.
Up and then down.
Last bit and then we're over. Just getting strangled by the hood. Hectic.
Today's just been flat out the whole
Oh
day.
mate, since we left home.
More chunky, as consistently a bit more chunky.
Oh, imagine like even if it just went up by double the size, it'd start adding up real quick.
Yeah.
It might be doable. You have a look, see if you want to commit to
Go
it.
around this way. Probably a bit too dangerous here, actually.
I think back here it looked like it might have been doable, but whew. Yeah, so if we follow, we've got to go back a bit, just follow down there. We should be able to get down there. Rock.
A good shortcut, but man, it's dangerous. Look at that shit.
Yeah. We could have come down there, but we're not really into rock climbing at the end of the day after put 12 to 13 hours in.
Oh, you right?
Yeah, pretty tame day, ladies. Still alive. Just might not have the satellite service once we're back at camp because it's under the canopy. 8:53 p.m. Oh, I see your tent. Heck yeah. Just gonna drop the gold in the pan, see how we did for the day.
We should be in bed by now, mate.
I know. Crazy kids.
Sitting out here playing with our gold.
Let's get me pan and skills up to scratch. We don't want to lose a thing. But after that effort, is there anything in there, mate? Better
A
be.
few rocks, I think.
Bit of overburden.
Don't go too hard on it, mate. Worked hard for that candy.
There's a bit in there.
Yeah, you got a couple of grams.
Small though. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, nice. Good show, but
No, well, look,
certainly would have liked it bigger.
we only got a couple of hours on it. You got easy 2.5 grams, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
You're not going to leave me that speck.
No.
You
I need everything I got, mate. Tough day. I never worked so hard for it.
Oh, me neither. Tips out 3 ounces.
You better not. slap you, silly boy.
Did I get any gold?
Here she comes. There you go.
Gee, there's not much of it, mate. Tell you what, there's bugger all of it.
Good result, mate. Lovely.
I don't know.
Very
I reckon
similar.
we're very similar, yeah.
Yeah, similar result.
It's funny how we thought we might have done 4 or 5.
Yeah, it is. We'll pull it back again. Well, there's a good 3 there, I reckon. 3 to 4 even. Piled up. All the same size.
It's just the spot where we're at. Like, if we can work our way upstream, it's going to get bigger tomorrow. I can feel it. It's just a sign of the times.
Yeah.
This has just travelled that little bit further.
Yep, it's all smashed up for sure. We just went back in there and we didn't do good there, but you should have tried a bit further up, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my legs have been this sore before. Normally I can have a bit of sleep and be back at it. I suppose we should think about getting up.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
A bit hard to do much more than think about it though, isn't it? The water wasn't quite as cold yesterday as what it felt when we first hit it. I think because we're so warm walking in.
We were really warm from walking, so the cold felt more extreme, the change.
Right.
Once we got used to the water, it was quite pleasant.
Struggle to make her all fit today.
Yeah. That's my thought too.
Should be able to get it. Just.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable.
This part's not. The plan for today is we're going to head back down to where we finished off yesterday, last night. The gold was consistent. It wasn't real big, but it was consistent. And we're going to stick to the original plan. So we'll go there, work that, and we'll work our way upstream. But yeah, should be a good day because we've got plenty of ground to search. Back up over our shortcut to cut out about 800 metres of river. Nice big sort of loop in the river. Just in case. Oh, that's steep. Back down again. On the road again. Wild Rob Parsons out of the scrub. After a grueling trek, we've arrived back at the first little honey hole that we hit on the way out last night. It was back to work, a solid location with a full day ahead of us to see what candy we could collect, and we were off to a cracking start. Straight into a little picker. We had some fun with it for a couple of hours, but could we crack that code for the gold nuggets? We'd put in a few days of work, and at this point we were hungry for the big stuff. There was a lot of this gold, but it all seemed to be pretty similar in size. But as long as it was consistent, we'd keep working for it. Righto, so it's about 11:15 now.
Yeah, it's got thinned out on us.
Definitely slowed down. Time to press on upstream and find a new honey hole. But it wasn't quite as simple as we'd hoped. After testing every pool and potential location that we'd expect to find gold, we found ourselves travelling kilometres of this river with nothing much more to show than the average couple of grams. Would this river give up this fantasy of large gold nuggets, which we'd carried in our minds since we'd started this brutal expedition? At this point, it certainly wasn't feeling this way.
Little shard.
Got a shard. Woo.
Alright mate, where did we go wrong today?
Well, we didn't go wrong.
No?
No. We stuck to the plan, we did what we come to do, but it just didn't pay off. That's the way it goes. Unfortunately, this river's not really giving it up like we thought it would.
Yep. Yeah, it was all too inconsistent, too thin.
The gold's there, but it's just little shards. It's been broken down into stuff that's too small. We've had better days in better places, and unfortunately this new ground we thought would be good was not good. Just baffles me though that...
But that gold's got to be coming from somewhere, those little shards.
Oh yeah, the source is somewhere. Just got to figure out. I guess we just keep heading upstream and...
Hope that it thickens up.
That's what we were hoping today, but even after travelling 2 to 3 k's upstream, and it was still just the same as what
worse.
Probably worse than what it was further down.
But I feel like this river probably gets so much flow in its floods that it's just all the tail ends from way upstream. I think we'd have to go like 5, maybe even more kilometres until it starts to get thicker.
Yeah, I hope so.
If it's up there. But it should be. It backs onto a mountain. It's just insane the amount of stuff we went through.
Yeah.
When even doing 13 kilometres today, completely on the river, all the rock hopping, all the swimming through the gorges. For what? Like I added maybe 1 gram max to my kitty.
Yeah.
Punishment. Anyway, there's nothing we can do about it except buckle up and just do it all again tomorrow.
We took a quick look at our results for the day. We had nothing to complain about. It was beautiful, shiny, alluvial Tasmanian gold. There were a few chunkier little bits in amongst it, but it just wasn't quite those nuggets and the consistency that we were looking for.
My toe's so sore from stubbing it. Got to remember to always clip the nails before you come out here.
They curl over and bust the ends of your toes. I think that's part of the problem I've been having. I woke up think it was just, it might have been 1 a.m. And my feet were just on fire.
Yeah.
Burning.
At least we're finding heaps of gold.
Not funny. We put in so much, but we're going to change it today. Got to stay optimistic. We're in good spirits. It was our last and final day, and although we felt somewhat defeated at this point, we still stayed optimistic. After all, we've been in this situation many times before, whether it be prospecting for gold or searching for long-lost graves in Tasmania's southwest. One thing we've learnt is never give up, because it's not until you've given every last bit that you've got to give that the magic starts to happen.
Go out and give this 100%. Make it happen. One chance to redeem it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, boy. So we've just pulled upstream, not far from camp, and we're going to give the river a go through some of this bedrock here. We skimmed past this last night, but the geology here actually looks better with the larger bits of rock and ironstone than what it did upstream. There was a lot of really fine quartz upstream, and it was lacking all the other bits and pieces that it needed to make up for the gold. A deep pool with large boil holes. Perhaps the gold was hiding here. This particular ledge had the tight pack rocks that we were looking for, and once removed, there was no doubt they'd been there for a very long time. Once I'd cleaned it out, there was nothing more than an odd few flakes. The next spot that I worked began showing promising results, and for the next hour or so, Rob and myself were able to snuff up quite a few pieces. Got some good gold out of here, still not big, lots of little stuff, but it was really consistent here. Probably one of the most consistent spots we've seen. Kind of depleted what we could find. We're going to head a bit further upstream now and just continue on. Overall, the trip had been a success. We'd collected a few grams of gold each, seen some incredible scenery, and enjoyed our time together exploring. But with just a few hours left in our day before we'd have to make that trek out, I got to admit, for the amount of time and effort we'd put in, we were left with a bit of a flat mood and a feeling of wanting. But little did we know that that was all about to change.
Rob! Oh, I got him! Rob! What the heck? Woo-hoo-hoo! I better go get Rob. Rob! Dude!
Really?
It's like an ounce piece. I swear it's an ounce piece.
What?
If it's full gold, it'll be like an ounce, but...
Oh my goodness.
And there's still gold in there.
Is this going to be your largest nugget you've ever sniped? Definitely. Oh my Holy shit! Look at this size of that thing! Oh my god, that ain't going up the snuffer.
Take the lid off for that.
Look at that piece of gold.
The magic had happened, and as we reflected on how it had happened, we both concluded that it had all been about persistence and that belief that we could make it happen.
That is massive. What a freaking journey these last 3 days have been.
Please drop it.
For you to find that.
I was joking around about the hero's journey this morning, wasn't I, at
Yeah.
camp?
You believed though,
I
mate.
believed. I was just
believed.
like, I always believed in myself. And that's what it takes.
I cannot believe that.
I just cannot believe that. Yes, lad. It's here.
There's no bowling ball,
No.
and I'll take it.
Mate, who knows what's going to be in here? We've got our day set out now. Jump out of my shoes.
Oh my god.
What's that rock?
That is just ridiculous.
That's a nice chunk, isn't it?
That's so insane. So you got basically 1 gram plus that massive 20-gram nugget.
There's more than 1 gram in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
There's a couple of grams there, maybe even 3.
It just looks so puny.
It looks
compared to
puny,
that
yeah,
huge
well,
boulder.
when you do this. Do you think we'll come back here again?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, that's a nice bit. That's a nugget,
That's
boy.
like the second one that side.
Far out.
This is such a good trip.
This is awesome, man. Dude, that looks huge. Another nugget. Another nugget. Woohoo!